Again, thanks for joining us again for another Broadfield dealer webinar. Every Thursday at 2 p.m. we're going to come at you live and bring you some new information on things that we think are great sales opportunities available in the industry. And today, I want to talk to you about the Avid NEXIS Pro, which is now offered in a 40 terabyte version. That's right, the Avid NEXIS Pro, at the same price it was available out a month ago, now has twice the space at 40 terabytes. 40 terabytes gives you a lot more storage to replace a closet full of drives. If you have customers who are working in teams of 3 or more editors, or are just hanging tons and tons of huge hard drive solutions off of their desktop workstation, they may be a perfect fit for the Avid NEXIS Pro. This is a solution with a price under $10,000 is really perfect for small work groups. I do want to talk to you about an inventory alert on the NEXIS Pro 40 terabyte. As excited as we are about this new 40 terabyte unit, units are very difficult to come by because of a shortage at Avid themselves. Broadfield does have plenty of units on order, and we will get these rolling in as soon as Avid is ready to ship. But right now, at this date, we don't have any units in stock. We simply could not postpone this webinar any longer because we're going to talk to you about an academic bundle that we put together, and we know that now is the time to start going after a lot of these schools with these opportunities to get into their budgets and to get these sold in before the end of the school year. So let's talk about the special bundle that we've been running with the Avid NEXIS Pro 40 terabyte, where you can take the NEXIS Pro, bundle it with a Dell N2024 switch and the direct attach cable, of course, so that you have everything you need to get your customer's small production team up and running for under $10,000. But the new bundle that I'm really excited to tell you about today, for the same price of $99.99 MSRP, when you're selling this bundle into a school, university, local community college, or any local school in your area, you can offer them this bundle, including the NEXIS Pro 40 terabyte, the Dell switch, the direct attach cable, and a 5-pack license to Avid Media Composer, academic floating license. So that is going to give you 5 seats, a floating license to Avid Media Composer, and Avid's floating license server, so that those licenses can be easily deployed throughout the school. Obviously, if you're working with a school and have an opportunity that requires more than 5 licenses, we can work with you directly so that you can quote out a special bundle price on either a 20-pack floating license or a 50-pack floating license or any combination thereof. Avid offers the floating licenses in a 5, 20, and 50-pack version, knowing that you can pretty much fill in the gaps with any combination of the math in between. A 30-seat license would be 20 plus a 5 and a 5, and you can still offer that floating seat license with the floating license server at some great pricing for your academic users. Avid, over the past few years, has really gained some big wins in the broadcast industry, getting their Avid NEXIS storage solutions employed within the workflow and infrastructure at Sinclair, Viacom, and Meredith Group. By getting this infrastructure into these broadcast areas, it creates a huge opportunity to pitch these to schools in your local area. Students want to use these same tools that are being used by broadcasters. You have an opportunity now to target and sell these Avid workflows into the communications, journalism, and sports programs of every college, and not just the biggest college. The pricing at under $10,000 for this shared storage solution with 5 seats of the academic version of Media Composer floating license allows you to reach out to community colleges, small local schools, Division III schools, small secular schools, and even secondary schools in your local areas. If you start dialing out the contacts that you have at these schools and you put together these educational bundles, I think you'll find a lot of interest and a lot of opportunities that you may not have thought about previously. You can pitch the value of having students in these departments use these and understand the same technical background behind what's being used at these broadcasters like Sinclair. They can learn how to produce news, sports, television, and video for social media, and how to support and develop the infrastructure and the storage solution behind that. How to manage users' access into those storage solutions and take advantage of everything that Avid offers through their NEXIS Pro and their Media Central platform. You can connect and offer up to 4 NEXIS Pro engines for a total of 160 terabytes of storage. You should know that for every NEXIS Pro, more than the first 2, you are going to need an additional Dell N2024 switch. The N2024 has 2 direct attached connections, allowing you to use 2 NEXIS Pros. You can simply add a second switch to get additional units. We can offer the N2024 switch or the second switch in the bundle for $1,500 more. You can add an additional NEXIS Pro with a Dell direct attached cable for $7,500 each. So you can build up that bundle very quickly and very easily to support schools and production houses of all sizes and all capabilities. There are definitely advantages of having multiple NEXIS Pros as the shared storage solution. The capacity size increases significantly. This PowerPoint wasn't updated, but the capacity size goes from 40 terabytes all the way up to 160 terabytes with the new 40 terabyte Avid NEXIS Pro. That means that you can support faster throughputs as well. It's going to, now with the increase of the 40 terabyte capacity, you're also going to increase the number of streams and the number of storage capabilities that you can pull in to the NEXIS system. And those grow exponentially as you go from 1, 2, or 4 NEXIS Pro systems. One of the big advantages of the Avid NEXIS Pro workflow is the software-based intelligence solution. Again, when you're talking to schools of all sizes and you show them how their students can learn how to handle that NEXIS Pro software and how to configure the NEXIS Pro in either a 2-disc, 1-disc, or unprotected configuration, now they have valuable tools that they can graduate that school and bring to a broadcaster in their area. These are the types of opportunities that broadcasters are offering full-time solutions for. We talk to a lot of kids that are graduating the school with film production and post-production and editing backgrounds, and they're finding that the industry is offering them per diem jobs across the board, working on projects as that work becomes available. The students who are rolling up their sleeves and learning how to work with this infrastructure are being offered full-time jobs because these are the opportunities that are required in these broadcast organizations in order to keep the workflow going. Avid NEXIS Pro does not only support Avid Media Composer, it supports all NLEs, including Media Composer and Avid Pro Tools, Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects, Apple Final Cut Pro systems, DaVinci Resolve, any editing system that's being used in the industry today can be supported with the Avid NEXIS Pro shared storage solution. This also includes, and especially includes, the Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects platforms. Avid actually has available several workflow guides to show you how the NEXIS Pro shared storage solutions can benefit Avid editors, Adobe editors, Final Cut editors, and more. And we have those guides available on our Broadfield website, or can provide them to you if it's going to help close that sale. While we're talking about the Avid NEXIS Pro, it definitely makes sense to talk about the Media Composer also. Again, in that academic bundle at $99.99, we're offering a 5-pack floating seat academic license to the Media Composer software. If you're not working with a school, the Nexis Pro bundle at $99.99 with the Dell Switch is still an excellent value and an excellent opportunity. But now those customers are a prime target for purchasing a Media Composer license. Media Composer licenses are available in either a subscription at $5.99 a year or as a perpetual license that they can purchase outright for $12.99. The subscription license is going to include Media Composer, the Symphony option, at 1 year Avid standard support, which stays current as long as that subscription is current, the new Untitled Pro 2.5, and a 30-day trial to Isotope Insight, plus light versions of Sorensen Squeeze and Continuum Complete from Boris. The perpetual license does have a different bundle included with it, and the big advantage of the perpetual license is that your Avid customer who's going to be using this software as a professional tool will break even at about 3 years and then have a lower cost of ownership for every year after that. The perpetual license is $12.99 out of pocket and is going to include Media Composer software with the first year of standard support included in that. The additional standard support renewals for the following years is now $2.99 a year. And this is where the savings in the cost of ownership comes in. At a $2.99 renewal versus a $5.99 per year subscription, the longer you own the perpetual license and continue to renew it to get those upgrades and updates, the more you're going to save over the long-term ownership. The perpetual license includes Untitled Pro 2.0, a 30-day trial to Isotope Insight and Sorensen Squeeze Pro, and the Media Composer Symphony option is only a 30-day trial. There are promotions right now that we still have in stock. I think we have about 20 seats left where you can attach a Media Composer Symphony option to a Media Composer perpetual license for just $99 more. So that's a huge opportunity to take advantage of right now to get your Avid customers who are on the edge of getting that additional seat to get them to kind of pull the trigger on that today. Once those units are sold out, the Media Composer Symphony option is a $749 option that they would have to add to their license. We also have Avid I/O hardware, including the DNX IV, which is their new 4K Thunderbolt I/O solution at a $29.99 MSRP, and the DNX IQ, which is also a 4K I/O solution available with either a Thunderbolt interface or a PCIe card to run the DNX IQ itself, and that's a $38.99 MSRP. More information on these I/O options and what those DNX IV and IQ boxes give you are available from your Broadfield sales rep or on our website at broadfield.com. But the big purpose and the big pitch that we want to talk about today is that Avid NEXIS Pro 40 terabyte Academic Bundle at $99.99. This is a great opportunity, and this is a perfect timing to go after schools, local community colleges, secondary schools, anybody that you may be working with in the academic field. Unfortunately, I do have to remind you again that the NEXIS Pro 40 terabyte system is not in stock, but we do have them on order with Avid. As soon as Avid is prepared to release them, they will be rolling to us in droves. Definitely reach out to your Broadfield salesperson, whether it's Rich, Dan, John, Angel, or Jarrett, and get your order in and let us know that you're working on a quote for these NEXIS Pros, and we'll add you to that allocation to make sure that we can get them as soon as they become available. We're going to bring you these Broadfield Dealer News webinars every Thursday at 2 p.m., and I do hope you join us. We do have a bit of a schedule now coming up. Our plan is next Thursday, February 22nd, to talk to you about Atomos products. Broadfield is always your source for everything Atomos. Whether you need a Shogun or a Ninja, a Flame or an Inferno, the new Sumo 19 or 19M, we have huge Atomos inventory available here and would be happy to help you out with that. Our following week, March 1st, we're going to talk to you about March specials and promotions. Our goal on an ongoing basis is going to pick either the last Thursday of the month or the first Thursday of the month For March, it happens to fall on March 1st, and it's perfect. But we want to make sure that you're up to speed on all the special news and promotions that are available at Broadfield. March 8th, we're going to be launching Sling Studio. Had a great meeting with these guys yesterday, talking about the new Sling Studio, and that's going to be available at Broadfield shortly. And then on March 15th, we will talk to you about the YTS Gear, highlighting the brand new Gear 230 and what the configurable SDI ports mean and the big advantages are on that unit. If you have any questions, I'm Jim at Broadfield. My email is jim@broadfield.com. You can reach out to me or any of your Broadfield salespeople at 800-634-5178. We'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for joining us today.